I drag my feet as she guides me slowly toward the horror chamber. I hate dentists, dentistry, and glancing at her, especially hygienists. She smiles. Now, she responds, her light touch on my elbow guiding me through the open door. I shudder at the sight of her chair of terror. She sits me at the leather seat, slips on her blue face mask, and says, "Please lie back in the chair, Mr. Watson." She stands between me and the door and begins studying some notes in an open manila folder. For a moment, I consider my options. Do I sit back and docilely let this masked siren have her way with me, or do I bolt? She glances up from her notes and reads my mind. Her emerald eyes crinkle at the corners, giving away her hidden smile. I continue gazing at her and realize I'm viewing the Mecca, no, the nirvana of long, smooth necks. From there, my eyes follow the natural flow of her body down her partially unzipped cotton jacket, past astounding breasts to her slim waist. Unfortunately, only the outline of her legs show beneath her tight cotton pants. She brushes thick rivers of straight raven hair away from her face and moves towards me. I'm now given up all thought of fleeing. Sliding back into the chair, I lay my head on the rest. With a hum, the chair takes on a life and lowers my head into her waiting arms. My eyes are assailed by the glare of the overhead light. When I turn my head away toward a clinking sound, I see her exquisite hands arranging weapons on a small tray. I long for a total view, but my wish goes unrequited. Instead, I'm rewarded with a perfect blend of odors, the piquant smell of cinnamon from her cleaning paste and her faint Chanel. Then she's upon me. "Open up, please," she says. I wish she said, "Take off your clothes, please." As she pokes and scrapes, my mind seeks release. We're strolling barefoot on a deserted beach in Grenada. Nutmeg breezes waft from the hills. I reach out for her hand, my grip firms, and I pull her toward me. Our tummies meet, blending suntan oils and surrounding us in a coconut mist. She shakes the hair back from her eyes and raises her face to me. As I kiss her open mouth, I pull at the tie of her bikini top, slip it off, and toss it casually onto the sand. We continue to kiss as she runs her hand down the back of my Speedo. I remove my arms from around her waist and tug my suit off. Apart now, she removes the rest of her suit, grabs my hand, and pulls me to the water's edge. I lower her to the firm sand and move next to her. Then I'm on her as the waves nibble at our feet. All the while, the seagulls caw in affirmation. "Rinse," she says, squirting a stream of water into my mouth. Her plastic vacuum suctions out the watery debris. "I'm going to buff now." She moves closer, her breast pressed against the side of my head. The buzz of her cleaning begins. I close my eyes. The motorbike is careening over the hard sand as the sun and wind evaporate the salt water from our skin. Her arms encircle my firm abdomen. Her breasts, now languishing in her damp bikini, leave two cool rings in the middle of my back. As I turn the bike to follow a path up through the dunes, she nuzzles my neck. When we reach our villa, I go to the kitchen and mix a pitcher of orange blossoms. She removes her clothing. Lying in wait on the porch chaise, she spreads her arms to the beckoning sun. When I join her, I kiss her gently on the lips and caress her black, wind-blown hair. I hand her the tall drink and sit next to her. She takes a sip and rubs the cool condensation from her glass just above the tan line of her bikini bottoms. I begin stroking her legs. She makes little purring sounds in sync with my touch. "We're all done," she says. Her voice startles me. I'm reluctant to open my eyes. "Not now, it's too soon," I say. "I'm afraid I have another patient," she says, removing her mask. As the chair levitates me to an upright position, she smiles. Her face is as flawless as I imagined. I rise slowly. She's at my side. I reach for her and she guides me to the waiting room. A gray-haired woman in her 60s approaches us. She glances first at me and then the hygienist. "Howdy do," she asks. The hygienist pats my shoulder and says, "Your father was an absolute angel, Mrs. Goodwin." "Way to go, Dad," she says, handing me my cane and helping me into the waiting wheelchair.